talking about, it's so important to build your brand, and blogging is probably the best way to do it other than Twitter, I would say, is the second best. But for people like me who are not lucky enough to have this wonderful, amazing career that they've been in for 10 years or whatever, and they really have no idea what they want to do, or they don't know what to blog about, what do you blog about? And I think that was the hardest part for me to start. And I thought, well, if I blog about a hobby or something specific, I think that's going to be too narrow a focus. And at the beginning, you want to remember that too. You don't want your focus to be so narrow that nobody wants to read your stuff. So having something that's broad enough that can appeal to a wide range of people, and yet, still true to your values or what you're doing in your life is really important. I think a lot of people are in my boat where they don't know, what their passions are, or where the market has a need for their passions. And so that's really where my blog was born, and it's really gotten a huge following, and I feel really fortunate because a lot of people can relate to what I've been going through. And so while I'm kind of assisting myself in discovering who I am and what I really want to do with my life, I'm helping others as well. And so my blog started from that, and I'll show you that. It's called Life and Passion by Alicia Gardner. And also, not just the content of your blog is important, but also what your blog looks like. If you're in marketing or graphic design, you might want to use specific colors or something like that. I really like videos. This is me talking a little bit about certain ways that you can find your callings, and it's a recurring theme in the blog.
Hi, I'm Alicia Gardner. Welcome to my blog. As a part of finding your callings, I think it's really important to experience all sorts of different communities. Really figure out what you might be interested in that you might have a product for. So, what are you waiting for? Turn off the video and go find something.
Okay. So if you run through my blog, you'll see I use a lot of videos in there. And then also, when you do your About Me page, it's really important to stay consistent with the theme of your blog. And also, I think he might have mentioned to use the same picture in all of your sites. It just shows consistency and authenticity, and really makes you seem like a put-together person, and like you have really very specific values. And what else? Another thing that's important is your blog roll. And you should also have blogs on your blog roll that kind of go with the theme of your blog. And everything should be consistent. I can't say that word enough. Staying consistent both with the frequency of your posts and with your themes is really important. And also my Twitter updates, which don't look at the 1 week ago because I should be doing it more often than that. I took a holiday hiatus. It's consistent with everything else that I'm doing. I talk about leadership and values and callings, and then I have another blog that's pet related, and so I have some pet related stuff on my Twitter. And then I also have another blog, and that's pet related because I'm really into that, and I volunteer at the Humane Society. But if you look, you'll see that I still have video. And here's me talking at the Humane Society and showcasing some adoptable animals last week. And then if you go to my About Me page here, you'll see that it's got the same picture and a very similar About Me. And then I said again that the Twitter is the second most important thing that you can do. And one thing that I discovered when I started doing Twitter is that it's a level playing field. You could be talking to people with 10 PhDs, and it's like you're equals there. So don't be intimidated if you see people on there that are famous people in the business world. Talk to them, contribute content. I've found that talking to them and responding to questions that they're asking online really does start a conversation. And some of his mentors and people that have written books and that he uses for his classes are my followers on Twitter now, and I think that's really awesome and flattering. And so just don't be intimidated by their degrees or anything that they have. I think those are my biggest tips that I can give. Does anybody have any questions?
What have you gotten out of all this effort that you put into it so far?
I think it's really helped me to network with people that I wouldn't have had the chance to network with. I'm still a year away from graduating too. So I think that it's gonna prepare me for when I do enter the business world, for when I am competing for jobs, and I can say, hey, look, I've been blogging for a year, and I really believe in what I'm talking about. That people can see that I'm a real person, that I'm authentic, and I think that's really gonna give me a heads up on the competition. And then also just because Reno's a small community, just getting known, saying, hey, have you seen that Alicia Gardner's blog? You know, that's really neat that she's doing that. You know, and you could even get job opportunities that way. I haven't yet, but I think I will. Do you have one?
Actually, pretty much that's good.
Anybody?
That was used with WordPress.
Yeah, it's WordPress, and posting the videos and pictures is really, really easy. I'm not a techie at all, and it was easy for me.
Do you have it look like somebody was taping that video for you, or do you quickly like set it up, or what do you use?
Yeah, I'm usually alone, so we were just talking about, you can buy a little tripod for your little video camera, which is actually that video camera right there.
Oh,
And again, really, really easy to use and upload your videos.
You see how simple the website is? It doesn't have a lot of bells and whistles. It's, I like clean websites like that, where it's just not a whole lot of fancy, bright colors bombarding you. But it's, I mean, it's got an appealing picture at the top. And, you know, if you can't find that, when we'll go through this, when we talk about WordPress, just use a custom template, a regular template. Was it hard for you to customize that? To put your picture in?
It was a little time consuming, but it wasn't that difficult.
How much time would you say you're putting into this a week?
Depending on what I'm writing about, I would say each post takes me a good hour or so. So probably 2 to 3 hours. And on this blog, I've been writing once a week, and on the pets blog, I've been writing twice a week, and I might switch that around. But I would say at least on each blog you want to write once a week, because as you get a following, your readers are going to expect it. And as they, if they have you on their blog roller or subscribe to you on Google Reader, they're gonna look and they'll be anticipating when you're gonna write. So you want to at least make sure you write.
Like for the point of blogging, are you supposed to stick to one specific topic throughout the whole thing, or do you jump around from, you know, just whatever's on your mind type of stuff?
Well, in this class, are you doing a personal and a professional?
No, I've got away from the personal, it's all professional.
Okay. So what you want to do is kind of stick to a common theme, and if you look right here, you can have categories and you can tag each post with categories. And the only reason I have animals and life in there is because I do have that other blog. But you want things that are sort of related to each other. You know, let's say that you're talking about leadership, but you want to write an article about football. Well, you can maybe write how different members of the football team are impacted by the leadership of the coaches or things like that. So you link things. You want to make sure that everything ties back into your core theme of the blog, even if your post kind of straight off topic.
How long should your post be?
I'm a little wordy. Some of mine are a little bit longer than they should be. This is a standard post for me, and it's pretty long. I like to write a lot, and I have to watch that. I would say 3 concrete paragraphs. Unless you have a video or some other kind of content that you're putting there, then it can be, you know, like this first paragraph I have right here. That plus a video would be good. Probably shouldn't have each post be as long as this first one is.
Alicia, did you notice, sorry, my voice, do you notice much difference once you started doing videos in your following or how people comment to your blog? Did you notice a differentiation between just writing posts and then doing actual video?
A little bit. The first time I posted a video, and I think the one that I played is the first one that I ever posted, I got a lot of hits that day. And I think people are curious because not a lot of people incorporate video. Not a lot of people are comfortable on camera. So I think maybe it was more of a curiosity thing, because after that one, then it kind of leveled out. But that first one, really, I saw a big climb.
Mine actually went down. Wasn't supposed to be funny.
Okay.
Any other questions?